Hi, my name's Sophie and I'm a PhD researcher and science communicator from right here in the UK. I've teamed up with AbCam to work with them on their new life work initiative, so they fired me over some questions and hopefully my answers can give you a little bit of an insight into what my life as a scientist is really like. Being a scientist is not just being in the lab doing experiments for the rest of your career. Being a scientist is more about being curious and asking questions. And being a scientist is not just one career either. I've met artists, I've met entrepreneurs, TV hosts, authors, lawyers, all with a scientific background. The biggest challenge I face with my work is definitely staying motivated. Scientific research is a long, slow, hard process, and it's full of highs and lows. And sometimes those lows last much longer than you actually want them to. Most of my time can actually be spent just trying to get things to work, let alone getting any real answers out of my experiments. It can get incredibly frustrating to do the same Western blot over and over and over again and not even getting the result after that. So you have to be resilient and get back up to do that Western blot for the 600th time. The worst thing that's happened to me during my career is probably that I wanted to pack it all in. I'd lost all my motivation, all my inspiration, nothing was going right, I just didn't want to do it anymore. But since I started doing my science communication, particularly on Instagram, I've been introduced to a community of amazing grad students, particularly the women in science and women in STEM. They will pick you up when you're down, they will help you to re-find your inspiration, your motivation, and that's why I'm still here now, 6 months away from handing in my PhD thesis. The best moment I've had in my career is probably getting that last experiment and that last result to be able to write up all my data into my first publication. It's been submitted, but it's not quite out there yet, but fingers crossed it will all be there soon. Another moment in my career that I'm really proud of is entering the 3-minute thesis competition. I didn't want to do it, but I came away with the audience prize, and it made me realise how much I actually love communicating science. So not only has it made me a better communicator, it's also made me a better scientist. What inspires me to carry on with my research is actually just getting that experiment to work, to be successful in actually finding the answer to something, finding the next missing piece of the puzzle, that big question you want to find the answer to. You'll probably be one of the first people in the world to actually discover that. How awesome can that be? Thank you all for listening. I hope you found my answers insightful. If you have any more questions, you can contact me on Instagram or Twitter or follow my blog too.